Hey, welcome to the ShElite Showcase. I am your hostess with the Moses, the shaman of ShElite, Miss Katie Kinsey Bebe.
Hey, babe!
Thank you. And look, she's back. My
I'm back
lovely
again.
co-host. I was alone last week, but
I know.
yes, it's okay. I gotta give you your intro and then we'll talk. Don't worry. Don't worry. With me, of course, my lovely co-host. She's back. She is the Young Bucks Nation sensation, the fire-breathing Cody Rhodes Eaton spice of life, the sassiest senorita that I know, the hangman Adam Page to my Adam Cole, Miss Y2 Garcia Savannah.
Hi, Katie. Oh
Hi!
my god, I already talked to you about this, but I just need everyone else to know that it is honestly so foreign at this point to not talk to you every week
Yeah, it was
for like
weird.
hours. I'm like, this isn't right. Even at like I was at like, 1 week ago, I was at the Thanksgiving game trying to get back home after the Cowboys lost. And I just, even during the game and afterwards, I'm like, it's so weird, like without Katie. I'm like, right now we would be recording, I'd be in
Yeah.
my desk, and it's so weird to not record, but it's always good to be back. And I think this is the second to last time I take a break, as far
This
as I
year.
know.
And then
This
next
year
year
at
will be a
least.
different story.
Who knows?
Well, next year, like, I got trips and shit, and you might have trips, so
I possibly, fingers crossed.
fingers
There's
crossed.
hypothetical speaking, or hypothetically speaking, I may go to an AW pay per view, either Double or Nothing, or possibly All Out.
I mean,
My dad,
regardless, it'll be cool.
yeah. And here's the thing: my dad does actually watch. So, Dad, come on, come on, please, Dad.
Papa, por favor,
Yeah, por
please,
favor.
please,
Yeah,
let her go.
possible. Actually, well, yeah, it's just quick shout out to my dad because not only does he watch and he actually enjoys, despite not really doing AEW, but his birthday is actually this Sunday. So
Oh,
yay!
happy early birthday, Savannah's dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Jesus.
51, dude. I'm like,
51. Sheesh.
he's a little less than a month younger than Chris Jericho.
So strange.
Yeah.
But, let me say, it was a little weird at first doing a solo show last week, but not gonna lie, it kind of felt good. I haven't done one in
Well,
so long.
I'm
Well,
like,
because I had to do them a lot.
yeah, that's you had a lot.
Yeah.
Every Tuesday morning, right?
Uh, Sometimes, but I found myself doing them more frequently. But I kind of missed it. It took me a little bit to get my stride, but I was kind of feeling it. Matt, shout out to Mr. Matt Ritter, kept me company in the chat because I still went live, but it was like Wednesday at like 11 o'clock, so nobody was there, which I
Yeah.
didn't care. I really just wanted to have that interaction because it's way easier for
Yeah.
future reference, Savannah, when you do your solo show.
I want to say, I was like, I'm gonna need to take some damn notes. Well, I am gonna try and have Daniel on quite a few of them because he loves New Japan just as much as I do,
Well, there you go.
and it just the big thing is that we're both in college, and he's like 8 hours ahead of me in Ireland, so we're gonna have to try and figure out a proper time that we both can sit down and do it. But yeah, coming soon.
I believe in you guys. Yeah, January, right?
Yes. And oh my god. Actually, well, maybe I'll talk about it in news and rumors, even though it's not new news, but still it's news.
Well,
And
that.
I don't even know if you've talked about this or if I've even talked about this, but I'll bring it up again just in case I have.
Okay. Well, that, you know what? Perfect segue. Thank you. Leads me to news and rumors. So I she's here.
Yeah.
Again, as people, if you know, I go in order of things that happen throughout the week. So from last Wednesday to today, so we found out from JR on Twitter that Jim Ross, for those who don't know, he is getting skin cancer treatments, so he is not on commentary. He's going to try and be back December 29th. We wish JR all the best and good luck. He seems to be going good. He's posting updates every day.
Yeah.
I think this was day 4 or 5.
And he's doing them daily, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because like, I guess I don't know why I confused it with like, because like it is technically a cancer, but he's getting radiation as opposed to getting
Yes.
chemotherapy for it. I know the chemotherapy is more spaced out. So when I saw that he was like, oh, one session down, 21 more to go, I'm like, what the hell? But then I had to remember it's not chemotherapy where you space it out within months. It's like you can do it daily.
Exactly.
All right, that's 21 days.
Oh god. Yeah, so he'll be gone until December 29th-ish, give or take. Again, we wish him the best of luck. Can't wait to see him back. It was
rooting for you, JR.
Oh yeah, JR is JR. Like, shout out to Jim Ross. Jim fucking Ross, y'all. Let's see. Kofi and his wife, mainly his wife, gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. So congratulations to Kofi and his wife on their new child. That's so nice. Like, that's so cute. I love seeing that shit.
We love wrestling babies.
We really do. There's been so many me being like, oh, congratulations to this person and this person and these people and everybody popping out wrestling babies, y'all.
Yeah, love to see it.
We really fucking do, though. We love to see it. And that the next generation of kids is gonna be stacked.
I know, right? The next generation of wrestlers, bring them over.
They're coming from some of the best gene pools. It's crazy.
I know. I'm like, they got some damn good genes. Low key jealous.
High key. I'm not even low key. I'm high key jealous. High key about it. Something that we're gonna bring up later, multiple times. You've heard about the Adam Cole discourse that is happening, right? On Twitter. People complaining about his booking.
Oh. I was gonna say, I haven't been on Twitter for a bit, so I was slightly introduced, but I never really looked into it, because I just thought it was people complaining, and I'm like, well, what else is there?
People are basically saying, from the gist I got from it, that, in his 4 years in NXT, he did everything. He was top of the food chain basically the entire time he was there. Part of the most dominant faction, Undisputed Era. And then you move to AEW since he's debuted. He's now in comedy things with, like,
Silver and
Reynolds. People were complaining that they dress up as the Ghostbusters on Halloween. Well, it's Halloween. They're supposed to dress up. It's fun. It's entertaining.
Like,
whatever.
I know. I'm like, the fucking Elite did that even, like, in Japan. Like,
they do it all the time.
Who cares?
But,
exactly. They dressed up as Street Fighter characters. Like, it's just a costume. Like, if you're gonna let that trigger you, like, come on now.
People are people. But it's really... First of all, my thing about it is... he is in a company with his best friends and his girlfriend and
his dentist
and gets to keep streaming on Twitch, which is something he's been very passionate about. Which, sidebar, this is completely random, but I have to bring it up. So on Tuesday, every Tuesday, Tyler Breeze and Sean Spears, they have a shared Twitch channel. Tyler Breeze does these, like, Royal Rumble things, and it's, like, the people in the Twitch chat can, like, it's, like, $10, you get a spot in the Rumble, and you get to pick who you want. Somebody gifted me one, I was like, oh, that's so nice, because I joined, like, really late, and I got gifted one. I was like, oh, that's really nice, so I chose Roman, because I was just like, that's the person I see on the screen right now, I'll choose Roman.
Yeah.
I fucking won, and I won $100.
Really? That's awesome.
Deadass.
That is news.
I said there's no way, because I came down like I entered that Rumble 17, and I won. Yes. So I won $100. Shout out to Tyler Breeze. Thanks.
Awesome. That is awesome.
But like that's the thing, like the Twitch community, like the Chugs Army is Adam Cole's thing. Like he is very passionate about it, and he's very passionate about video games, and he loves talking to the fans, and he loves that community he's built. And Tyler Breeze was even talking about it on Tuesday, and he brought that up. So, the fact that people are complaining, and he had a match on Dark, and people were like, oh, he's downhill now, which, let me remind you all, in the beginning of Dark, the Bucks, Kenny, Hangman, everyone.
Moxley?
Mox has been on. Like, there's been all of these big stars in AEW have been on Dark.
Even I don't care who he dresses up as. Fucking Cody's on Dark, but I guess.
Oh, and Daniel Bryan, anyway, but we'll get to that later.
Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Whoever that is.
Who's that guy? I don't know.
Alright,
I can't believe I said Daniel Bryan. Ew. I even wrote it as Bryan Danielson too. What the fuck? Ugh. It's not his name anymore. But what is your take on it? Because I just think people need to relax and just let him be happy. It doesn't matter. He's also only been in the company for like 2 months.
Were we going to talk about it later though, or
no? Just like how you feel about it now, and then we'll do the question like part later.
Okay. So, because again, I have a lot to say about it, but honestly, I feel like it seems very like typical. Like, of course, people are gonna complain about how he's booked. Mm-hmm. They're gonna find something to complain about anything at this point.
Yep.
I personally don't think it's bad booking. He just showed up, and I don't like. And here's the thing, though, like. And again, I guess I'm trying not to like get too much into detail because we're going to talk about it, but I guess you can reiterate it when we get to the question. But yeah, when in NXT, he came in as the leader. He was the leader. Mm-hmm. He showed up and joined the Elite as a member. I know they're kind of slowly, especially with the shots that Kenny takes at him and stuff. It's slowly going to change. He's going to soon be the leader, or at least that's what I think that's the direction they're going. It's going to happen at some point, but the fact is that he came in as a member, he debuted at All Out by himself,
yep.
And with his friends, within the Bullet Club, he wasn't the leader.
Nope.
He was just a member, and that's not to throw shade at him. Not trying to not say he's not good enough, but I'm just saying, even before he went to the WWE, he was nothing more. He was just a member. He wasn't like the head. He wasn't even like really in the Elite. It was like, the first the OGs, and then Hangman and Cody and Marty were thrown in,
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's gonna happen. He's gonna take over as leader, but long-term booking, give it some time. Don't complain, don't bitch about it, because then you're gonna be all happy about it and forgetting that you're complaining about it earlier. Right now, you just gotta wait, patience. I know
people don't have that.
I was gonna say I didn't have that with Hangman, but it was worth the wait. It was worth the wait. He's champion now.
I just, as long as he's happy, I don't care. That's what I said when his contract, like, when the rumblings of his contract were coming up. I was like, if he wants to stay in WWE, fine. If he wants to go to AEW, fine. As long as he goes where he's happy. That's where I say about everyone who gets released. As long as they're happy wherever they go. I mean, The fact that they get released, that's a whole nother fucking story. But, I mean, I have a point about that somewhere. That's next. That's in 2. So I'll come back to that point in a second. Yeah, so we'll talk more about that towards the end of the show, I promise.
So that way news and rumors isn't like 30 minutes alone.
Yeah. Randy Orton has achieved the most matches on Monday Night Raw and the most pay-per-view matches, I believe, for a male. Shout out to Randy fucking Orton. Yeah, that guy...
He's like in the Guinness Book of World Records now, right?
So is Natty, but I can't.
I think no offense to Natty, but I think it's a bigger deal for Randy. Randy's accomplished a lot more.
Way bigger deal than Randy.
Randy's accomplished a lot more. And, like, Randy, he's, like, kind of not come and go, but, like, he kind of fluctuates, whether it's main, tag team or the main event scene, like, but he makes it work,
Randy's
like, Arcade Bro, like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people doubted that shit. They were probably like, really? Like, are you serious? But then look at it now, like, everyone loves it.
Oh, okay, not everyone.
Okay, well, most people love it.
I love Randy. Hate Riddle. Love Randy.
I know you do.
And the fact that Riddle put a wig on his head, I really thought Randy was going to kill him. I really thought. I was waiting.
Oh, please, Randy.
I was like, just one RKO. Please.
Pretty, please.
Punt him.
Please.
Punt him in the head.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, anything at this point. Next point. Big Swole announced on Twitter that her and AEW came to a mutual agreement that she's not renewing her contract, so her and AEW are donezo. And people took this and fucking ran. She didn't specify why, She does have Crohn's disease, and she has been out for a very long time and hasn't got the chance to wrestle because she's literally dealing with her body fighting against her, basically, at that point.
Yeah.
And at that point, she wasn't on TV. She wasn't even on Dark. The last big thing she really got to do was the feud with Diamante, which I'm so glad she got to do. But they didn't even showcase that, right? That's another topic. But people took this and said, here we go. AEW releases. First of all, it wasn't a release. Mutual agreement. That's not getting fired.
I was going to say, it wasn't a budget cut. It was just not re-signing the contract. That's exactly what Ambrose did. That's exactly what Adam Cole did. That's exactly what Daniel Bryan did. That's exactly what
a lot of people might do. Like
Chris Jericho, like Johnny Gargano's probably doing that.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Well, Johnny's contract apparently is gonna be up on Sunday. With Sunday's War Games, by the way.
Yeah.
I wish I had the soundbite like TC does of William Regal saying War Games, because he hasn't fucking said it. And it's not real War Games if William Regal doesn't say it. So, I'm upset. That's neither here nor there. Again, wish I had the soundboard. I'm upset. It's terrible. I should just ask TC, I think I just had a stroke, TC to, like, send me them so I can just play them. Or I can just look them up, but that's a lot of work, so... Regardless, back to the main point. Big Swole left. We don't know why. We wish her the best. Big Swole's great. She just needs to be healthy first. Like, health, mental, physical, emotional, that comes first, regardless. Every time.
Yeah.
You know? I talked about it last week that Winter is Coming is December 15th, 2 weeks. And it was announced this week that the main event is going to be Hangman Adam Page, our champion,
right. Yes.
taking on Cowboy Champion, taking on Bryan Danielson for the title.
Vegan guy.
Fucking
Vegan man.
Fucking Daniel Bryan Danielson. Jesus.
Same difference.
It's the same. But I'm curious what else is going to happen, because I think I talked about it last week too. That's where Kenny won the title. That's when Sting debuted. This time they're actually going to have fans. I'm very intrigued what this show is going to shape up to be.
Yeah, it's
going to be interesting. I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued too. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think what could happen. It better not be Hangman losing the fucking title.
If he loses the title, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I will personally, like, kick over my table or something. I will, like...
I am not going to want to do a show with you the next night. That's for damn sure.
Again. Minimum. At the bare freaking minimum. If you
6 months.
Take the title in. 6 months.
6 months. We talked about it. 6 months. Give the man 6 months.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
I'm like, I don't want to even think about him losing. He better not fucking lose. But I think it was gonna be Hangman was gonna be Bryan's first. Like, he's gonna give Bryan his first loss.
Good.
To show that he's not a fluke. To show he's not a fluke.
As he should.
Yes.
And then I think the semifinals match. One of the semifinal matches is also happening for the TBS, or as our friends like to say, the hose title. It looks like the word hose. I don't like admitting it, but it kind of does. So It's the hose title. Whatever. So I think one of the semi-final matches is announced for that. I very well could be wrong. I think I'm just imagining the graphic in my head. I don't know. But I'm very excited for the show regardless. It's going to be cool.
And it's in Dallas, Texas.
I was going to say it's in Texas, which it was in Texas last year too, wasn't it? Or no, well, it was. I think it was supposed to be.
I don't know. I was like,
I don't know. Oh wait.
No, I think it was at Daly's place.
It was because it was the fucking pandemic. I don't know.
No, I guess they technically haven't traveled. No, yeah, they started traveling earlier this year.
I don't know why I assumed. Maybe because I saw it, like, that it was gonna be in Texas, and I was like, oh, like last year. And
maybe it's just because Texas just doesn't care about the pandemic, so...
That's fucking true. And then the final thing I have is, it was announced today. Oh wait, didn't Savannah say she heard a rumor that TNT wanted a new champ going into the new year and Hangman's run would be short a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, the rumor was that he was gonna lose it on their first TBS show.
So January.
Yeah.
January.
Which still is
5th.
bullshit. That's still bullshit if it happens. It better not.
You better stop. Sorry.
Cause no, it's okay. I'm just saying, like, again, like, he needs that title again. 6 months. That's gonna like make it a shirt. 6 months. That's all it says. 6 months.
But the last thing I have is, and it was announced today by Beth Phoenix, she is doing her final commentary for NXT at War Games. I miss William Riddle saying it. Which a lot of people were like, oh, we know what that means. Because The Miz came back on Monday Night Raw, so did Edge. Well, I'm sorry, Edge came back, and then Miz and Maurice interrupted Edge. And Maurice and Beth have a history in the ring. It would only make sense.
That would be fucking
couple
awesome.
Versus couple. I wouldn't be mad. Seeing Beth in the ring would be fucking cool. I'm down. But regardless.
Last time she...
Oh, go ahead. Good.
I was just gonna say, I think last time she was in the ring was the Royal Rumble, where she freaking gashed her head and still went for pretty much almost the whole match.
Terrible.
Like,
it's crazy.
Freaking trooper she is.
But like, I am gonna miss her on commentary for NXT. Like, I love Vic Joseph and Wade, but like Beth was like a good middleman between the two of them.
Yeah, she officiated Dexter's and Indy's wedding.
Which, the fact that they're doing nothing really now with that storyline upsets me.
I think it's just I think honestly it is because Johnny's contract is coming to an end, and he was a big part. He had kind of played, him and Candice pretty much played a big role in like that storyline.
Yeah, and they got married. So
yeah,
what else is there left for there to do?
Yeah,
very sad. Very sad.
Sad.
That's all I had. Did you have anything you wanted to bring up?
I did have one. I'm trying to think if I even brought this up, because this is like not really news from like this week. This has been news for a while.
Okay.
I'm even trying to remember when it even happened, because it was a while ago. But again, I don't remember ever actually mentioning it. So if I did, sorry, but here it is again. And I had been talking about how, I'm going to start my New Japan show in January during Wrestle Kingdom, or after Wrestle Kingdom, because, I thought what better way to start than not just the beginning of the year, but the biggest pay-per-view that they have, which is in January.
It would make sense, yeah.
So on top of that, I think it's even better to start then, because I think this is the first time, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong because I haven't watched like very old New Japan from back then, but as far as I know, or at least I'll say in the modern era, it's just in case, it's the first time New Japan is doing kind of like a Survivor Series type thing.
Oh, with Noah.
With Pro Wrestling Noah, which I have taken interest in as of recently. I'm slowly getting into it. I'm still kind of in the introduction phase, but I'm still super excited to see what they do. Okada gives zero fucks, not talking all this shit, basically saying we're like the top dogs, and like if you want to impress him, like you gotta be like, you pretty much gotta step up to the plate. And he's basically saying that they have not done that yet.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why we're like the biggest promotion in Japan. I'm like, yo. So I'm very excited. I cannot wait to see what they have to offer.
Because that's night 3, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's going to be a 3-night. So we're going to have January 4th and 5th. Yeah, we're going to have January 4th and 5th like they normally do. And then on January 8th, it's going to be Wrestle Kingdom Night 3, where they have Noah versus New Japan. Which, where does my loyalty stand? Maybe New Japan only because I'd like
It's going to be New Japan. Don't lie. Don't even lie to these people.
I'm just saying, what I've seen from Noah has been absolutely incredible, and this is just what I've been first introduced
Savannah,
to. And
who is one of your favorite wrestlers?
Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Exactly. So you're not going against fucking New Japan. Don't lie to these people like this.
That's true. I do love a lot of New Japan wrestlers, and I'm thinking of fantasy matches or things that can happen or opponents and stuff is just already like getting me so thrilled. So talking about this, pretty much in the introductory show of my New Japan show is gonna be fucking awesome. So that's
great.
my news.
Yeah, I talked about it last week because I saw that they were doing New Japan kind of verse Noah for night 3.
If you follow me on Instagram, I marked the fuck out over that.
Yeah, I saw it on your Instagram. I saw it on Twitter. I saw it a bunch of places. Warren Hayes was hyping it up because Warren also loves New Japan. I talked about that when I did the interview with him.
Yeah, it's gonna be off the freaking chain.
It's gonna be great. But anything else?
That's it. It was really just a big one. Again, I didn't know I mentioned it.
All right, we're gonna bust through this episode. I'm really excited.
That's right.
Today in women's wrestling history. Today being December
2nd.
I don't know why I put December 3rd. I have it for December 3rd because I'm stupid and apparently don't know the days. But it's okay because this gets released tomorrow, which will be December 3rd. I'm going to change the rules just for I am stupid. Oh god. Anyways, an NXT Orlando show happened in 2015. Nia Jax defeated Daria, aka Sonya, and then there was a 6-woman tag. Adrian Reese, who I'm going to have you guess who that is in a minute. Aaliyah and Asuka defeated Billie Kay, Cameron, and Emma, who is now Tennille Dashwood in Impact. So, who do you think Adrian Reese is?
Okay, I heard the name, but I've never really been big on NXT, if I'm being completely honest.
It's not their name anymore.
Well, I kind of assumed that, but I know I've heard the name, but I don't remember the face, if I'm being totally honest.
I'm just curious. Just start guessing NXT women. I will say she's not in NXT anymore.
Is she on the main roster?
No.
Oh, is she with another company?
She's not with WWE anymore.
Is she in AEW?
No. She's not with another promotion at this time.
Oh, I still don't.
So just name people who were popular in NXT then. Women. Back in 2015 to 20... I guess till about now. They had a stint on the main roster that didn't go well.
Katie, I'm not good with NXT people.
Do you know anyone who was in NXT, went up to the main roster, they were not used, and then went back down to NXT? And had a tag team.
I know it's not the right name, but I do have a name.
Guess.
I don't know why the first thing I thought of was Eva Marie.
Nope, not Eva.
The reason why I said that is because she was in NXT, and then she came up. No, never mind. She was on the main roster first, and then she went back to NXT. She went to NXT afterwards.
Yeah, it's not Eva.
I was gonna say, I know her name wasn't fucking Adrian, but that's again, I don't know why that was the first thing that came up in my brain.
She was NXT Women's Champion.
NXT Women's Champion. Okay.
Yeah, she was. I was thinking.
And say the name again.
Adrian Reese.
I'm you're gonna be here for a while. I'm trying to think.
It's in the chat. NXT. Matt helped you.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna guess that, but I didn't want to be wrong again.
Yeah, it's Ember. I didn't realize that was her. I clicked on the name. I was like, who the fuck is Adrian Reese? I was like, oh my god, it's Ember Moon. Oh, I'm sorry. Formerly known as Ember Moon. We don't know what her name's gonna be now. She got fucking released.
Yeah, and here's the thing. It's because the reason why I was thinking Ember Moon, but didn't guess, is because the first time I watched Ember Moon is when she debuted as Ember Moon in NXT TakeOver. Yeah. So I was like, well, it can't be her because she debuted in NXT as Ember Moon. So I was like, yeah,
I really just wanted you to guess because I was just like, I wonder if Savannah will know this.
Thank you. Thank you for boiling my brain.
You're welcome. Listen, if I have to struggle mentally today, so do you.
No, it's okay. I'm just
Damn
like,
it! In my mic.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Ay, Dios mío. But yeah, today, kind of, December 3rd, whatever. I don't know dates, apparently. I even looked at this multiple times. Whatever. NXT House Show. That's basically what it was.
Yeah.
There was no BTE this week, which, that's okay. They took the week off. If people are going to complain about it, stop it.
Oh, wait. You didn't even. Hold on. You did forget something in the news. It's the reason why I'm wearing this today.
Oh, Bucks were named #1 tag team
of the year by PWI. Yay! Or as Matt Jackson said, duh. Lol, duh.
Yeah, I mean they had a good 2021. They were champs the majority
Most
of
the
it,
year,
right?
9 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
won them
Yeah, the majority of the year.
Well, 9 months of this year. They were technically champs for from Full Gear to All Out. That's 11 months. Like about 11 months.
Yeah, I think they were close to a year.
Yay! That's why I wore this.
Yeah, I saw it, completely forgot.
Yeah, that was actually gonna be, but then I forgot to. My news, but I was like, I'm pretty sure Katie's gonna fill this in.
Listen, I saw it. Didn't do a damn thing about it.
You're just like, oh.
I was just like, oh yeah, that's a thing, and then I didn't even bother to write it down because I'm me.
Did they talk about like the men's and the women, like of like who got ranked then or no?
What do you mean?
Like, did they talk about like, because they just said like, oh, the Young Bucks were ranked #1, so I'm like, that was for tag teams, so did they do the men and the women or?
Like, did they do men and women's tag teams? Is that what you're asking, or just
men or ranks like for male wrestlers and female wrestlers?
Yeah, those lists are out already.
I was gonna say because I know they did them, but like I was like, why don't I know like they waited till like the end of the year usually.
Well, yeah, those ones came out recently.
Oh, they came out. Yeah, I was gonna say they came out recently, and Kenny Omega was #1. I don't know why I got that blurred with last year, thinking it was last year when he won that. But
that's alright. Yeah, because I was like,
these 2 years,
like, PWI, yeah.
2020 and 2021 have just been like a mush, like together.
2020 didn't happen.
Let's be real here. I know, maybe that's why I'm like, I don't remember when this happened, but it did.
I don't remember anything. I barely remember 2020.
2020 is just one big fever dream.
Basically.
Katie, I had a dream that we started a podcast.
Yo, what? Crazy. Surprise. It's real life.
Fever dream.
Real life. Wow. We really did start this in like September. That's crazy.
Yeah. That is whack.
This is only like Jesus, that's weird.
It feels like we've been doing this forever.
I've been doing this over a year already.
I have not. But
you're a little baby. You're about like 6 months.
I'm a baby, not just in the podcasting, but apparently in real life.
In general, also. Yeah, you're a child.
At what age would you say no longer child? Like when do I go to toddler?
When you hit 21,
adolescent,
you'll be a toddler.
Or adolescent.
You'll be a toddler when you hit 21. I'm barely an adolescent. I'm a 25. So okay,
so you're adolescent. Okay, you're adolescent. I'm gonna be a toddler in a few months.
Congratulations! 5 months, so excited for you to move on in life.
The day, which Jesus. I mean, I'm not gonna do much. Gambling's illegal in Texas, and I hate to drink.
That's a conversation for after. Remind me about that. All right, we're just gonna knock out Elevation and then Dark real quick. Right, Tony Nese defeated Vic Capri. Matt Hardy, Isaiah Cassidy, and The Bland defeated Uno, Grayson, and Alan Angel. Shout out. He liked my tweet. Santana and Ortiz defeated Braden Lee and Isaiah Moore. TJ, or Tay Conti and Anna J, beat Alice Crowley and Misa K, or Missa, I don't know how she pronounces it. Nyla Rose, Emi Sakura, Diamante, and Bunny defeated Julia Hart, Sky Blue, Ryo Mizunami, and Layla Hirsch. Varsity Blondes and Silver and Reynolds beat The Acclaimed and Chaos Project, and Jay Lethal, defeated Trenton Storm. That's another name who was on Dark Elevation. Jay Lethal was just signed with AEW, had a TNT title match, and then was on Elevation. So everyone can fuck off. Anyways. Adam Cole defeated Anthony Green. I think that was the main event. I don't remember. Sky Blue defeated La Rosa Negra. That match was actually really good, I think. I saw parts of it.
Like, I think.
There was so much wrestling. I saw bits and pieces of it on Twitter.
I can't even judge. I really didn't even watch Dynamite last week or Rampage because I was really busy.
Yeah, you were busy, and that's okay. Ethan Page defeated Fuego del Sol. Sean Spears and Wardlow beat Bear Country. Alan Angels, shout out, number 5, beat Mike Reed. Ryu Mizunami beat Danny Jordan. Botcher beat Michael Martinez. Matt Hardy and George All beat Baron Black, not to be confused with Aleister Black or Malachi Black. And Prince Agabala, Jesus. It looked like a Z for a second, and then I threw myself off. Tony Nese beat DeMarcio James. Santana and Ortiz beat Gus De La Vega and Brandon Gore. Julia Hart beat Nikita Knight. Varsity Blondes beat Aaron Solo and Nick Camarado. Infinito beat Ray Jazz. Infinito, for those who don't know, is Bryan Danielson in a mask, completely covered his body.
Is that going to be a thing now? Like, is Hangman going to show up in a mask and the same gear and be called El Vaquero or something?
He's gonna be like El Cowboy.
And
that's gonna be his name. I
don't
know why BD and Cody Rhodes are putting on masks and being luchadors on Dark. I'm very confused as to why it started happening. Oh, speaking of, I just got a notification. Tyler Breeze and Adam Cole are live on Twitch.
I'm like, let's join them.
The Sweets, let's go. Layla Hirsch beats Sahara 7, and I always pronounce her name wrong. Kylan King instead of Killian. I think it's Kylan. I don't know. Matt has corrected me before. I'm gonna say Kylan King beat Renee Michelle, aka that's Drake Maverick's wife. Yes. So she's done some matches on Dark Elevation, and then she was also in the tag tournament with can't remember who for NWA Empower. Hangman showed up in a mask and costume on Halloween. That's true.
The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man,
which was so funny.
Honest, like, and if you saw my story, I think you did. That part, or like I guess that shot of a wrestler, like, you know, being like, you know, I guess celebrating too early, and then another wrestler behind them, like ready to kick their ass without them knowing. That's becoming a reoccurring theme. It happened with Mox and Omega. It happened with Hangman and Matt, and then it happened with Dan Lambert, or whatever the fuck his name is, with Chris Jericho.
Oh, but and then the only one I can think of that ever happened in WWE, it was
AJ.
I was thinking Finn Balor and Keith Lee.
Oh yeah,
Keith Lee's just like down. Finn goes to the corner. He's like ready to do the shotgun dropkick, and Keith Lee just stands up on the apron. That gif is so funny to me. I love when wrestlers are just standing and then someone's just right fucking behind them.
Like AJ the Undertaker. That became not just
that's a meme.
I was gonna say that's a full on meme of like.
That's an OG meme. Like that's shit's everywhere.
Like, I think it's even funnier, for me at least, when I see like non-wrestling fans or non-wrestling pages.
It's like
you use that meme, like that meme format. I'm like, that's funny because you don't know where that's from, but I do.
The one I keep seeing and like have seen like the entire month of November. It was like AJ and it said like me trying to enjoy Thanksgiving, and then Undertaker had said Mariah Carey and All I Want for Christmas Is You. I'm like, it's true though. Nobody understands and wants to celebrate Thanksgiving, which is bullshit. Celebrate Thanksgiving.
Like, even, like, I know I went to the game, but we still had Thanksgiving dinner. We actually had it before and after.
As you should.
I was gonna say, we ate a little bit before, and then we went to the game and raged and screamed and like had fun, and then we came back starving as hell, tired as hell, and we ate again.
I
We
mean,
didn't put the food away for that person. Yeah, exactly. So we still did that shit and went to the game. So come on.
I sat here the night before, did a podcast. I said I'm thankful for a lot of people. You were included in that, Savannah. If you watched or listened or tuned in, you would know.
I need to go back and watch. I do watch our I go back and watch our episodes, especially the ones I miss, which is so far too. But I'm like just to see, like, personally for me, I'm like, I need to, like, okay, well, maybe sometimes, like, okay, maybe my audio sounds too like shitty, or sometimes I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't say this, or maybe like I just use it to really criticize myself.
I stopped going back and watching these ones. I go back and watch ones I'm a guest on. So like anytime I've been on Smack and Raw, which was like 18 times I feel like this year alone. 5 of those were in the past like 2 months. Anytime I'm on Young Kings, which I need to get on there again. Speaking of Young Kings, I know. Okay, so real quick before we get into our wrestlers of the week.
Yeah.
So you know Bama has like that trivia show, right?
Yeah.
So TC won the first one. Did Savannah see how awesome Justin and I were filling in, Matt said.
Yes, I did. Like, I can officially say that if I'm ever absent, you guys are the go-to replacements.
Yeah. Because
go-to subs.
Yeah, they're great.
Go-to second strings.
Jesus.
I'm just kidding.
But, so, like, TC won the first game, and then Reek won, like, the last one, because they were on separate ones, so they had, like, the champions one. And these two, since they're on the same show, for those who don't know, they're both a part of Young Kings Wrestling. I talk about it enough. I feel like people should know this by now.
Yeah.
They made wagers with each other.
Oh my god.
So whoever, and Kenny, for your thoughts, was like the third man. So out of TC and Reek, whoever had the highest points between the two of them, which, spoiler, TC won the whole thing. He had the most points. And Reek got last, and Matt and I had to make sure Reek got a point that Bama tried to not give him, so we were advocating for the advocate. It was great. So the TC and Reek made up stipulations. If Reek won, TC had to like not stand Baron Corbin in any way, shape, or form anymore, and take Goldberg off of the soundboard, which I really wanted Reek to win for that alone because I hate that fucking soundbite.
I know.
You were there. You were there on their 100th. Yeah. It was terrible. I hate that sound so much because I hate Goldberg. So I was like, Reek, you gotta fucking win this, dude. But then part of me was like, okay, well, he didn't. But part of me was like, well, I really want TC to win because TC said if he wins, Reek has to stand Tony D'Angelo because he hates Tony D'Angelo, which Matt and I don't know why, because Tony D'Angelo is great. Tony D'Angelo. And Reek has to spit 16 bars. Because Reek decided to tell me on the interview I did with him on Inside the Mind of that he at one point wanted to be a rapper, and then they just took it and fucking ran. So now awesome. On their show on Sunday, Reek has to rap 16 bars. He has it done. He won't show me, and I'm very mad.
He wants it to be a surprise.
Well, I understand that, but as his client, I feel like I'm entitled to some of those privileges. He got to watch one of the interviews. He asked me, and I said, sure. You're my advocate. Sure, you can see it before I release it. So I'm a little offended. Access. But Sunday, check out... Well, the audio is released Monday, I think, for Young Kings Wrestling. I don't know when TC is going to release the video, when it happens, but they film on Sunday. I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear what this fucking rap is. I can't. But I just had to bring that up. This is so full of me just taking something and then veering. I'm in a weird talkative mood today.
It's because news and rumors was cut short.
You know what? I had to fill up the time somehow. And
Yeah,
everyone
you
likes a
gotta
good
fill that void.
story.
You gotta fill that void somehow.
Somehow. But, oh god, I hit my button twice. Savannah.
Yeah.
Wrestler of the week. Man's, woman's, or tag team. You get to go first since you weren't here last week. Because I went by myself.
Alright. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna go with, let's go with tag team.
Alright.
Okay, so maybe I just didn't watch enough tag team wrestling this past week, but I couldn't really think of a tag team if I'm being totally honest. I was like, okay, well, honestly, okay, I'll say two picks just because one of them is really, I guess, isn't fair.
Okay.
And you'll see why right now, but I'll go with Darby Allin and Sting.
Okay.
As one of my picks because not only okay, first of all, their face paint was fucking badass. I loved their face paint on Dynamite, but they had a really good match against the Gun Club, and they were the undefeated Gun Club. They were undefeated, but they handed them their first L. So props to them. They're a really cohesive unit. I know a lot of people were like, really, Sting's here. I know like people were complaining like, of course they're bringing another like old freaking guy who's should be retired and stuff, but Sting honestly can hang. Okay, Sting can hang, especially because they're not having him like on
he's not doing
matches, like,
he's not doing one-on-ones,
and not just that, but it's not weekly either. It's not like all the time like, oh, that's throwing Sting. No, like he once in a while they'll throw in Sting in a match, and it's usually with Darby.
Yeah.
So
because Darby's his son. Confirmed.
Yeah, little Darby. Little Sting. So yeah, and I thought it was a really good match. So therefore, they'll be one of my picks. But the other, call me fucking biased. I don't fucking care. But being number one, you gotta be the pick. I'm gonna go with, or at least I'll throw flowers at the Bucks, okay? Because they did get the number one spot out of all the tag teams. I think it was well deserved, especially after seeing their match at All Out. Well, seeing it live, like half-ass seeing it because I was in Mexico and I had a VPN and it was just horrible. But I was able to go back and watch it, and then they had another awesome match, even though it was technically the Super Click. The Bucks were still a part of it, and Matt took a fucking concerto. So they've been on a freaking roll this past year, and I'm really happy for them. So maybe they won't be my pick, but I'll definitely throw them a lot of flowers.
There you go. Mine wasn't necessarily a tag team. It was just a team. From Monday Night Raw, Team Liv, which consisted of.
I didn't know if that would count though.
I'm counting it. I don't care.
Like, I guess we make the rules.
We make our own rules here. The team consisted of Liv Morgan, who is the captain, Bianca Belair, who's fucking gangster.
I was gonna say it's Bianca Belair.
Is fucking Bianca Belair. Dana Brooke, the new 24/7 champion. Rhea Ripley, who is chef's kiss, and Nikki ASH. So that's the team stacked. It's great. They won. Becky and Liv have their title match on Monday. Liv's not gonna win, but she's gonna put up hell of a fight.
Honestly, I think this is at least hopefully a step in the right direction for a future championship for Liv. I know she's long overdue. She should have won the tag titles with Ruby Riott, but we won't talk about that.
Listen, it's okay.
She's getting her moment now.
She's getting her time to shine. That's all that really matters.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I just had Team Liv because I was just trying to think. I was like, well, there wasn't a whole lot of fucking tag team wrestling, so yeah. I'm gonna go with that. So we going men's or women's?
Women's.
All right.
Okay, so my women's. I wanted to go throw some flowers again because of Team Liv, and they won, and she's on a freaking roll right now. Sorry, Becky, I fucking love you, but come on, Liv needs this. But my pick is, because I didn't watch, but I did go back to watch on Rampage. Riho has a win over the Doc, and now has a title match coming her way. And
maybe that's what that Winter's Coming. That's maybe the graphic I was thinking of. I knew it was women.
No, I think it's on a Rampage, I think.
I thought Jamie Hayter was facing Riho at Rampage.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Someone's facing Riho.
Someone's facing Riho sometime.
I know, but anyways,
Jesus.
I fucking love Riho. She is one of the most adorable humans I've ever
She is really
seen.
cute.
I love her so much. She's Kenny's bestie, and she's also hella talented. And I've missed her on I guess technically it's Rampage, but on AEW television, not YouTube. AEW television. So I'm so glad that not only, and I'm glad that it was like, not a pinfall that would like, I guess, hurt Britt Baker in a way. And even if it was like, Riho's the first champion, she's still like, it is someone to like lose to without getting hurt, if that makes sense, without hurting, Britt. But yeah, she got a win over the Doc. She has a championship match. I don't think she's gonna win, but I know it's gonna be a hell of a good match. So,
yeah, it's gonna be good.
Especially because Britt's out for vengeance. She's coming for blood.
Britt's out for blood. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna kill her. She's gonna kill Riho.
So Riho's my pick for the week.
Nice. I'm going because she won the War Games Advantage ladder match, and the match was great. I'm going Kaylee Ray. Dude, her and Dakota Kai killed it. It started off the show. It was hot. Kaylee Ray and Dakota Kai. Like it's mainly Kaylee Ray, but Dakota Kai is definitely getting flowers from that. And the match was great. It was so good. I love seeing women's matches, like intense women's matches.
I'm gonna say taking it to the next level.
Yeah, and the fact that Dakota Kai. Well, I'm really just excited for War Games on Sunday in general.
Yeah.
Because it's like those are good teams. And like
I wish
Toxic
I could watch it live, but I'm
Attraction.
not gonna. I'm like, I wish I could watch live, but I can't. Like I said earlier, it's my dad's birthday, so
That's fair. So.
Yeah. But I'll definitely go back and watch it. War Games is definitely one of my favorite NXT pay-per-views to like tune into.
War Games is gonna be incredible. Like you have that one, you have the men's War Game, which is Team 2.0 versus Team Black and Gold. Wait, Moose versus Big Cass versus Mr. Chelsea Green for the Impact World Title at Hard to Kill. At Hard to Lock Down Lethal Glory, bound for Kill Slammiversary. Jesus Christ, Matt. I was so confused.
You're like, what? Because it's like a mash of all the freaking...
It's literally all their pay-per-views basically into one. I love that. But there you go. That's breaking news.
I know, right? Mr. Chelsea Green.
Mr. Chelsea Green. That's fantastic.
Like,
and it, like,
Mr. Green.
Yeah, great.
Mr. Green is a character in Clue.
He is.
He's a suspect.
He is. He's always sus. But yeah, Kaylee Ray. And I can't wait for War Games. Who's your mans of the week?
Okay, so I have 2 picks.
Okay.
And they didn't even wrestle in a match. And that is The Miz, who's back.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
And Mr. Edge himself. Because, okay, look, they didn't have a match, but hear me out. Look, I am probably on the minority side where I thought it was, I'm not saying it was better than MJF's and CM Punk's promo battle. I'm not saying that, but I thought it was still good. I still thought it was really good. It got me to watch. And I was definitely invested. I'm like, oh shit, like, here we go. Like, people are complaining, like, oh, it wasn't as good. They tried and failed. People are saying, like, oh, why is this even happening? Well, especially after Beth Phoenix's tweet, we might know why. But I'm like, who fucking cares? I'm like, they're both phenomenal wrestlers. They're both good on the mic. I want to see a match between the two. So I'm like, you know what? I'm all for this. Maybe just because I like both of them a lot. But I'm like, dude, yes, like, please. And also,
yes.
Maurice gets her flowers thrown because it's fucking Maurice. So, but yeah, so I'm like, I loved the promo battle. I thought it was cool. It got me invested. I'm looking forward to seeing where The Miz and Edge are gonna go. Because, like, they didn't really, like, come from the same era, but I feel like I think Edge kind of came right before The Miz, Yeah. Like, I think he retired around the time Miz was becoming a big name, So, they really get to finally intersect, at, like, not, like, their peak, but, like, at probably the best they can get, The Miz, he's a star. He's on Dancing with the Stars. He's, showing up on was on Dancing with the Stars. He deserved better. But anyways, he he's he's being he goes on Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon. He's like being called on talk shows. He's a big name, and and you have Edge, who's like a legendary wrestler. He's well known. He's probably one of the top names in wrestling. I can't wait to see where this goes, and I think people just need to give it a chance. But I just think since it's WWE and they took a shot at AEW, people of course are gonna bitch about it and say, "Oh, it wasn't as good. Oh, they tried." I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. It was fantastic, and I'm excited for this. So
You said, you know what? Fuck you.
Basically, I'm like, you can bitch and complain all you want. I don't care if they took a shot at AEW, okay? Because you know what?
I mean, AEW took a shot at them. They're allowed to take shots at each other. Why do people still care about that?
And not just that, but I'm like, if you really want to use that regard, it's like, you know what? It's a once in a blue moon time that WWE takes a shot at them out of the billions of times, every other sentence kind of times, where AEW takes a shot at them. So you know what? It's okay. Like, just leave it at that.
The diehards gotta chill. Like, WCW and WWF did it at the same, did it back then. They took shots at each other constantly. They made fun of each other all the time. Why does it matter? It's content. It's getting people to tune in. The companies clearly are just like, you know what? Fuck it. Go for it. Whatever.
Well, yeah, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, yeah, whatever. That's why I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Fuck you.
Moose took shots at people in WWE and AEW when he won the title. So everyone's taking shots at everybody. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? Exactly.
It doesn't, or at least it shouldn't.
It shouldn't. So keyword.
They're my picks. I liked it. I thought it was fucking badass, and I'm excited to see where it goes. That honestly, them two, like nothing against AJ, but I know he hasn't really, he's still with Omos in the tag division, but it's them two, I think, that's really going to keep me from watching. They're going to keep me watching Raw live. Because usually I just miss it and I'll watch it on Hulu. It's only an hour and a half on Hulu as opposed to 3 hours.
Well, yeah, because you miss a lot on Hulu.
I'm going to say, this makes me want to tune in live on Raw and not miss anything. Like, that's how much I liked it.
Yeah, I have no issue with the promo. I liked it. I liked MJF and Punk's too. Like, they both were really good. I liked the digs at each other. What was I gonna say? Oh, the one thing I tweeted, I was like, visually impaired AJ in commentary was actually kind of funny. Because he's like, what happened? I mean, I knew damn well this man wasn't blind.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, this isn't even my pick, but it triggered something in my brain. So, Pac, on Dynamite was wearing an eye patch on his right eye. Because he got misted with the black mist by Malachi Black, and the black mist is supposed to blind you. Look at him actually using logic. Nobody else, Cody got misted, did nothing. He was fine the next week.
Okay, well, because he's Cody. He thinks
somebody else also got misted and was fine the next week. I think it was Dante Martin.
But I think people, so. Yeah, it was Dante.
Yeah, people be getting misted and not doing anything. Pac. He knows. He understood the assignment.
Flowers to Pac.
Yeah, he's not even my pick, but and he looked like a pirate. And then I just kept seeing stuff about that. And people are like, oh, it's so interesting that it was his right eye when it was Malachi's right eye that was, taken and, almost taken in WWE. And then that started, the transformation on half his face. So people are like, oh, interesting.
Oh.
I mean, it could be something.
What if Pac starts turning dark, on the dark side, what if he starts
getting,
he's
already the bastard. I don't know how much more in both eyes, but one is better than none. I know, Matt. One is better than nothing. Oh my god. At least he did something with it.
He probably could only save one, and he's probably
because he has to wrestle a match on Friday. He has to have one eye.
Yeah. I think it'd be funny to see him try and wrestle blind. That's just me, attempt to, visually impaired AJ.
Cody got misted and started doing heel shit. Dante got misted and joined Team Taz. Now Pac got misted. But he's already a bastard. He's over, but is he gonna turn on Lucha Bros? And then the Lucha Bros just vibe by themselves? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. But my mans of the week, as much shit we were talking about him before, I'm going Bryan Danielson. Heel Bryan's good.
I honestly, he's better than face Bryan.
Yeah, and I like that he's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna run through the Dark Order because they're friends with Hangman, and I'm gonna go after this is the way to get after Hangman without being able to touch him right now. He beat the shit out of Evil Uno, kicked out Colt Cabana's teeth,
kicked Alan's head in.
Apparently, quote, according to Brian, tore Alan's MCL. We don't actually know if that's true. He just said it. He's gonna face John Silver next week because he's from Long Island.
Which, by the way, just quick flowers to John Silver, who fucking told Eggman, "You can't touch him, but I can touch him." He kept
he makes everything sexual.
I love that guy. He's like a spirit animal for me, especially the way he marks out over Hangman. I live vicariously through.
I was gonna say that's a good point for you. But I just like that he's gonna get his loss at Winter is Coming.
Yes, he is.
Which, that's fine. The match is going to be incredible. I'm very excited for that. But Brian's been doing very well since he debuted in AEW. So I give shout out to Bryan Danielson.
Yeah. And I kind of, because like, again, like, I know the heel people are like, he didn't really turn heel, like he just, you know, came out and started talking shit to Hangman. But I'm like, look, here's the thing though. I'm like,
he brought up WrestleMania, he's a heel.
well, not just that. Like, look, it's because when he debuted, obviously, like, who the hell's gonna boo that? Like, you don't have to like the guy. Like, he's in AEW, you know, he's in a new company. People honestly, I think, thought like, oh, he's never gonna like leave WWE. So, you know, everyone was so happy to see Bryan Danielson, which is honestly the reason, or supposedly the reason, why Hangman didn't win the title at All Out, because Bryan was supposed to debut, and they didn't want anything to upstage Hangman's win. So that's why they pushed it to Full Gear. So I'm thinking, like, and I was like, you know, how that, like, I know they're going to try and do face versus heel. I know face versus face, you know, could be nice also, but I think given the circumstances, I think face versus heel will make the story a little more dramatic, a little bit better, if you will, maybe more intense, nail biting, you know, you're sitting on the edge of your seat. So let me just tell you this. There's no fucking way they're going to turn Hangman heel as over as he is with the crowd. Everyone loves Hangman.
Everyone loves cowboy shit.
Exactly. So yeah, if you gotta turn someone heel, at least do it to like the one I think who would more than likely get booed, which, you know, it's working, you know, everyone doesn't like him anymore, and all it took was him having to talk shit. All he had to say was that he wished it was Kenny and not him. That's all he had to say, and the crowd was,
that's fucked.
The crowd was gone. But he like to play devil's advocate, he had reason to want it to be Kenny.
I mean,
you
that's
know,
true.
He had a match with him. He had a match with him, and, you know, to try and understand him, like, you know, in his defense, he wanted that rematch for the title. You know, he wanted to show, look, I can beat Kenny and I can beat him for the title. So, but it only took that one line, and he didn't have to mean it like in a dickish way. Like, he didn't have to be mean about it. That one line is what turned the crowd off from him, and I thought that's something special. You know, not everyone could just do that. You know, I think if Hangman did something like that, the crowd would still love him. You know, or it's like when Becky Lynch, they tried to turn Becky Lynch heel the first time, and oh my god, it was not working. They tried to make people like sympathize Charlotte. You know, they even tried to have her like shit talk Edge, and it didn't work. It's, you know, but in this case, it did work. So, you know, tons of props to Brian for. I know, again, we talk shit about him, but
I mean, we talk shit, but like, also his theme slaps.
We're just fucking with you, Brian. It's okay. Just don't fuck with him, man. Okay.
Honestly. Do you want to check your phone? I sent you something. In Insta DMs. No, you're not in trouble. I promise.
What is this? I already have. What should I even say? What it is?
Go for it. I don't think you can show it, but you can talk about it.
No, I already have, without Photoshop, naked Hangman in the shower.
I mean, that's true, but Simpsons, it's cartoon.
You didn't hear it from me.
Oh god.
Where did you find this?
Twitter. It was sent to me in a DM, and I happened to look at my phone when I was getting ready to open the question, and I had to send it to you.
Oh my god.
Actually, I was told to send it to you to get your reaction.
By who?
Who do you think?
Greek?
No.
I was gonna say,
Who's here?
I'm sorry, Daniel, Matt? Like,
there you go. And now Daniel wants you to DM it to him.
I got you, Daniel.
But while you do that, I'm going to pull up the question of the week, which kind of relates back to the Adam Cole situation we were talking about earlier. A lot has been said about Adam Cole's booking. This is also from Daniel, by the way. Shout out.
And I shout out my potato.
A lot has been said about Adam Cole's booking. So where do you guys see him in a year's time? So a year's time, that would be...
Almost winter is coming. Let's say winter
December 2nd, 2022. Make sure I get the day right.
Hold on. Yeah, really quick. Hold on. I'm going to check my calendar really quick. I just want to know what day that is. That's a Friday.
Rampage.
Yeah, I'm like...
Daniel.
Someone who was bored, obviously. Look how happy Hangman looks, though. He looks so happy in the shower.
It's so funny. I can't believe you sent that to me.
Anyways,
Oh yeah, and then he put the @ on Twitter. That's where he found it.
Anyways, so okay, here's the thing.
What's your take on this? Where do you see Cole in a year?
Okay, because again, I can kind of picture where I think I can see him even before the year, because so much can happen in a year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if. I don't, honestly, nothing against Adam Cole. I just think maybe not yet, even if it's a year. Not the AEW champion, but I'm thinking maybe at some point either they introduce the trios tag titles or maybe even bring in another singles title that he may have. Or even I could see him as the TNT champion, but even then, like, they're going to be on TBS. Or at least Dynamite is. Rampage ain't, but I could see him with some gold. I can definitely see him leading the Elite. And honestly, I could see him leading the Elite as face, like face Elite. I think at some point they're going to start turning face. I think especially because the fans have definitely bought into the ugly outfits and shit. People are buying those things left and right. There were so many Bucks costumes technically because they were inspired by the ugly outfits and they would go find them. And especially like with the Jordans and stuff, people started, like, I know some people started buying Jordans because of the Bucks or because of the Elite. So like Matt called themselves trendsetters. They are trendsetters. So I think honestly the crowd is slowly gonna turn in their favor, and I think they're gonna be face. Maybe if that's the case, as sad as this fucking makes me, I don't think Hangman will be the champion anymore. So with that being said, maybe he rejoins the Elite or works with Adam Cole like he used to in Bullet Club. Maybe.
I don't know. Again, we don't know what will happen in a year. This is what I think is going to happen. Hangman may or may not be champion, to be determined. I'll put that as a little asterisk. But I think at some time next year, we are getting Hangman versus Adam Cole. That feud is going to happen.
It is, I guess,
because it's inevitable.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I guess the reason why I didn't bring that up is because I guess when you say a year, I guess you mean like now. I don't think in December is when it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen sooner than that, if that makes sense.
I mean, it's hard to determine what they're gonna do because they brought up Riho not getting eliminated in the Casino Battle Royal, and that happened how long ago? Like,
I was gonna say, I'm trying to think. I'm like,
it happened months ago. So, and they just brought that back up now. So, who knows? I think that feud is definitely going to happen. Hopefully, I kind of want to see it for the title. I'd be down. I don't know. Adam Cole needs some type of gold. He very well could be TNT champion. I don't think Sammy will be champion that long. Well, maybe. I don't know. Again, it's so hard to determine.
Yeah, it's hard to determine.
He's definitely gonna be the leader of the elite, hands down. Kenny's gonna be long fucking gone, and has been at that point. Like, Kenny's probably won't be back by then. As much as that pains people, it's probably true. The man had injuries for days. So,
I know people who are saying he's gonna be back are Dave. I almost name dropped. I have name dropped.
we don't say that name.
That guy who says that he's gonna, like, he's looking to return, or I don't know if Kenny's looking to return, but it's rumored that he's gonna return February. I'm like, I don't, like, as much as that would excite me, I don't fucking think so, bro. He needs like multiple surgeries. I'm like, this dude is not gonna return in February.
No,
and
that
if he does,
that man, not credible in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, no, and I'm like, even if it's February 28th, like, it's like, I still don't think it's gonna happen.
He's not coming back. But why I'm saying that, because at this point next year, Adam will be officially ahead, like, or the leader, quote unquote, of the elite. For all we know, we could have a huge ass faction of the elite in Undisputed Era minus Roderick Strong, because Kyle O'Reilly's contract is apparently up soon. That could very well happen. It could very well be a situation where it's Red Dragon, which is Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, and the Bucks, and then at maybe some point Kenny comes back, teams with the Bucks.
There's so many possibilities. It's too hard to tell. Like, well, and like, here's, I don't know how controversial this will be, but I don't fucking care. Marty Scurll is already slowly making his way back into wrestling after the whole speaking out movement.
Mm-hmm.
What if they possibly, anything can happen. So what if they possibly bring him back? Where would, like, the Bucks and, like, their loyalty stand, or even, like, Marty and Hangman were, like, best friends. I think they share a birthday, if I remember correctly. Like, they were really good friends. I think even closer friends than Hangman was with Adam, like Adam's family, But, like, it just kind of, and, Marty was there with the Bucks when they kicked Adam Cole out of the Bullet Club. So it's like, where does their loyalty stand at that point with Adam? But then again, there's the whole Undisputed Era stuff. So it's like, so much can happen regarding Adam Cole because he has so many bridges.
And that's that he can one of the best things about him is he can go so many different ways with this.
And I don't think that's what people understand. It's like, look, you may think he's being booked like shit, but look, there's so many different possibilities with Adam Cole specifically because, again, like I said, the Bucks and Marty were the ones who kicked him out of the Bullet Club. Kenny's the one who fucking killed him on being the elite. True. He worked with Adam, Adam Hangman, the other Adam, the Adams family.
The Adams family.
Yeah, so there's so many different ways things can go. I just hit my mic. But there's so
we
many
both hit our mics like 4 times tonight. Dude, we're on something. But before we go, this is one last thing I want to say. Adam Cole is so over with the crowd. He legitimately went to the ring, did his entrance, went back up, sat on commentary for about 30 seconds, and then had an interaction with everything. That's how over this man is. He was just doing commentary, still came to the ring, did his entrance. Bada bing, bada boom. So, Adam Cole's over. I don't care what anyone fucking says. His booking is fine. He's happy. I don't care.
Yeah, and again, just give it time. The dude just showed up in September, okay? And he joined a group, or his friends, not just a group. But the fact is that he's in a group. He's not, like, going off on his own. If he was just on his own, I can kind of see where, like, yeah, okay, what the hell are you doing with his booking? But no, like, he's with his buddies, he's with his friends. Again, there's so many possibilities that can happen from here until, who knows how long. So just be patient.
Honestly.
Oh, focus.
But yeah, that was the weekly episode of the ShElite Showcase. Savannah, tell the people where they can find you.
On Instagram and on Twitter at Y2Garcia _. If there's no underscore, it's not me.
Very true. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at KatieWrestling13. Right there, if you're watching the video. Linktree in my bio takes you to all things ShElite Showcase. Twitch.tv/ShElite Showcase. We are live every Thursday, depending. Holidays are gonna be different. Whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
But 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Feel free to come over, chat. It's a very fun time. Follow so you get notified when we go live. YouTube, not... See, I wanted to say youtube.com/ShElite Showcase, but we don't have that yet. If people go subscribe to the YouTube, we can do that, please. Thank you. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. If you think we're worthy of it, give us a review. It doesn't have to be 5 stars. Give us whatever you think we are, and we'll improve. We have 1 review on there, and it is 5 stars. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
And while you're on either YouTube or listening, feel free to check out the other things we have up. I have the most recent episode of Inside the Mind of with Jizzy from the now deceased Deadass Girls podcast. It's there are trigger warnings throughout that whole episode, but it's a very good listen. Jizzy's so entertaining. I'm so happy she did that with me. I have one with Mr. Warren Hayes coming out in 2 weeks. I might be filming the newest In the Crowd this weekend, to be determined. If things work how they should, I'll have that up soon. You can check out the first episode of In the Crowd where I'm just pissed off the entire time, and I had fun after the fact. During the time, I was very mad. But it's a great watch. Matt, Reek, TC, they're great. They help me out, obviously. Shout out to Heel Tactics Justin, at Heel Tactics on Twitter, at Jalen on the tweet, and Jalen on the beat. All his things are in the description of the video and audio. He is an incredible man. He made the intro music for this, Inside the Mind of, In the Crowd, New Japan Takeover.
Which is coming soon.
I'm contemplating a new show idea that isn't really wrestling related. I just started thinking about it this week. I might have to make music for that because he's a great guy, and give him the recognition he so rightfully deserves because he is so very talented.
Oh, show.
I think that's everything.
I'm like...
We have an Instagram too. I'm not really good at posting on it yet. I'm trying. Just follow it. Just ShElite Showcase. Whatever.
Please.
Yeah. I think that's everything. If I forgot something, oh well. Sorry.
I like the 2 different reactions. Oh well, and I'm sorry.
It is what it is. Until next time, you guys have a good one. Bye bye.